Hey guys, what's up? Disney Nuts here. How you guys doing? So today we're going to do something a little different. We're actually going to go and open up the page here of Instagram and look under the hashtag Disney Photography just to see what we find. So let's go ahead and check out the photos. Let's go. Okay, so here is the page, and let's go ahead and see. The first one here is obviously a night shot from Tower of Terror, Ever Afterly. This one actually looks like it was either taken with an iPhone or something. iPhone shots using the night mode, they're pretty good. I've done it before, and it's pretty impressive. But the only bad thing when you're doing iPhone photos of night photography, when you blow those photos up, they look terrible. And sometimes some of the stuff like neon sometimes will be blown out like this. So I don't know what they're using for a camera here. But obviously I think it was using night mode because I could see around the Tower of Terror. I could see a little bit of the noise and stuff, which usually happens when you don't use a tripod and stuff like that. And you're shooting at a high ISO or sometimes when just shooting with the iPhone night mode, that's some of the stuff that you get. Let's see what else here. Obviously great photo from in front of the castle. I don't know why they put this on the Disney Photography. I guess just to show up on the feed, which is sometimes people use that hashtag, they abuse it. For example, like this doesn't really say much about photography itself, but I guess just, more hashtags, I guess more trying to get more exposure. And sadly, those hashtags get abused that way. And sometimes I'm even told that using sometimes many hashtags like that, it actually goes against your favor. Okay, here's a pretty cool one. Okay, yeah, the new Toontown at Disneyland looks fantastic. Okay, this is mentioning the 5-story tall Roger. Yeah, because this is one of the Pop Century, which is pretty cool thing to take photos during the nighttime. And ironically, if you noticed, I haven't gone to most of the resorts in a couple of years. Due to a situation that I had a couple of years ago. I'm always debating if I'm going to do a video about that or not, but that's why I haven't done many of those tours to those resorts. Yeah, that's something for another day. Let's see here. This pretty cool shot here from QS Trips. Yeah, I actually met this guy. Great guy, and great photo here. As you can see, this is the Avenger Campus at Disneyland. I have never seen this. When we went in 2014, this had not been constructed yet. So looking forward to go back there someday. Which this guy's great. His photos are really good. I like him a lot, and like his composition and colors and stuff like that. So cool if you're watching this queue. Okay, let me see what else here. The door, obviously the door, people posing in front of the door. I don't know how Disney Photography is at. Here's one of Main Street, and this actually Disneyland Paris, and this looks like it was another one taken with an iPhone. So looks like it was done. As you can see, it wasn't done with long exposure. And then again, the night mode is great, but not really. It can't really do what a camera does, the DSLR, and basically comes down to the optics. The reason that the camera has a big sensor helps a lot, and full frame cameras over crop sensors, the sensor's bigger, and you got a bunch of advantages. It's just the way nature works. Obviously, the full frame sensors being bigger, they're better in low light for a bunch of reasons and stuff like that. So you can't compare the lens of an iPhone to a camera. You just can't. It's just not possible. Okay, another one here, taken on the ride. Pretty cool. These looks like they're just regular iPhone shots. I wish we could find a little bit more of stuff that was more professional DSLR stuff. And it's incredible that you can go to the parks nowadays and you just see many people walking around with cameras. Sadly now everybody just takes the iPhone out. And when it comes to Instagram, I'll be honest with you, taking these little shots, when I say little, meaning for the square of the Instagram, you can get away with a lot of stuff. So necessarily people who you'll see with cameras, either there are really fanatics like us and like to take photos, for other reasons, and then take it to the parks for a reason. But it's not that often as you see people walking around with DSLRs as it was before, like years ago. Sure, you'll see it many times for the parades, and you'll see the standard setup, which is what I like to call it, which is the 70 to 200 lens and stuff like that. So you'll see a lot of that when it comes to parade time, especially at the end of the street where the flagpole is. Okay, other shots here. Let's see. Okay, here's one actually taken at Disneyland Paris, and this looks like the Lion King. Pretty well done, to be honest with you, because these shows they are pretty dark. And even though you have to take these either with a really zoom lens and with something with a high speed lens, which is usually like a wide aperture f1.8, 1.4, stuff like that. And this is really well done, and you can see it's obviously taken with a Panasonic Lumix DMC G7. So yeah, very cool, very nicely done. I would have probably smoothed out the edges a little more, but this is great. No complaints. Other ones here. Oh, we got a fireworks shot, and this one is Moments of the Magic. I've actually shot from this location before, and this was Epcot. I'm suspecting it's either Illuminations, because there's fireworks coming up from all corners. The bad thing of the fireworks nowadays, and when it's harmonious, many of the stuff happens into the center of the lagoon, which I do not like, and I've said it a bunch of times before, because everything's focused into the middle, just as with the fireworks on Magic Kingdom, that everything's on the castle, the projection on the castle, and it forces the people to be in the hub, and it's just not, you're crammed in there, and then if you want to take photos, you got to be there hours before, which is really a pain in the, So yeah, I've actually shot it from this location. This is the Canada Pavilion. There's good and bad points of locations like these. Bad things is that many times the fireworks are not going to be visible from back here. You have to wait for the high ones like this. So many of stuff that you'll miss. So in the case of Harmonious, stuff could be happening on the barges, which is usually the front half of the show. You won't see anything here. You just listen to the music, and sometimes you won't even listen to the music at all. So while these photos are great, you do have to realize that you're going to be missing some of the show. But it does provide for some different angles. Now, it doesn't say what he's using. Canon camera. So he's using a Canon R5. Okay, there you go. So, yeah, that's pretty well done here. Okay, keep on going. Let's do two more here to not keep you guys here too long. Here's one from, I guess this is Disneyland? Disneyland Paris. Okay. And look at the mansion in the back, which looks really cool. This is great. I love this. And what I love of this is that it's obviously during sunset, and the whole photo is toned perfectly to what's happening. Because many times, I'll be honest with you, you see people who just go out there and replace the skies, but then the whole rest of the image, it just looks like daylight, and it just looks bad. The secret for good sky replacement is to make it look like it does not look like a sky replacement. And what I mean by that is try to get the shot where if it is sunset, then there's not a big sunset happening, but it is sunset where you got the shadows and everything on the boat here and stuff like that, like you have here. You can see on the right hand side it's brighter than on the left hand side. Then you can put on the sky and it'll look more natural, which is what you want. You want it to look natural, not like overly done and fake. Let's do one more here and we'll call it a day. Okay, here's another fireworks shot, and this one is Disney Ryan. I think I've actually met this guy, if I'm not mistaken, hanged out with him once at Magic Kingdom, a young guy actually. And he shoots with Canon as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think he has an 80D, if I'm not mistaken. And this looks great. Maybe, I don't know if in Disneyland Paris you're allowed to bring tripods or not. I could be mistaken. But maybe a tripod and maybe, I don't know, maybe shorter time and maybe composing a little bit better where he would, because the castle looks great, but it doesn't look as sharp as I would like it to look sometimes. And for that, sometimes you have to compose a couple of shots. You got to take the shot during and then mix the shot with the long exposure like we did before, like I was mentioning earlier. But still a great shot, don't get me wrong. This is great, and I love the people's phones, like everybody looking at it, taking it in, and and it looks awesome. Hard photo to take, very hard, even though it probably looks simple, but good job, Ryan. And we'll do one more and call it a day here. Let's see. Day shots. I love this. Maverick, and this was taken at Disneyland, obviously, here. And not sure what he used for a camera. I'm seeing here on the hashtags what he used. I rarely, not I'll say rarely, day shots, I love to post day shots, but at the same time, I feel that sometimes day shots are overdone, and we've seen so many of them. But this one's great, and what I like of this is that he has the tree here, adding that, like you're looking behind the tree, which looks great. It's just not a head-on shot to the castle that many times people do. So this is awesome. I like this a lot, and you can see he's got the little sunburst coming out from the back here of the castle here at Disneyland. So this looks awesome. I like it a lot, and everything's in focus, and You know, of course, there's going to be people in the shot. There's really not much you can do when it comes to daytime. But this is a great shot. I love the blues on it. And I love the tree thing and the thing looking out. Cool. Okay, guys, so that's it. Just going to look quickly over that hashtag and check out those photos and give my opinions on them. Hope I didn't offend anybody, and this is not in any intention, way, shape, or form to any type of negative criticism to these photos, just my personal opinions. Now, again, this is the first time watching this channel, my name is Disney Nuts, and I do these videos related to Disney photography and theme park photography in general, and hopefully motivate you to get the camera and head out to the theme parks and take photos well. Now, again, please consider subscribing to this channel, so that way we keep on these videos flowing for you guys. Till then, guys, stay awesome. See ya. Bye.